Hello, I'm Pradeep. This video is about the tenses. Now, I'm going to explain the tenses using what I call a timeline. As you know, there are mainly three tenses: the past tense, present tense, and the future tense. Now, let's look at the past tense. The first one in it is simple past. When you're talking about something that happened at a particular point of time in the past, you use simple past. For example, she went to school. So let's put a point here. I'm going to put a point here and mark it as simple. So this is simple past tense. Now the next one is past continuous. Now here, when you're talking about something that happened for a duration of time in the past, you use this tense. For example, she was going to school. She was going to school. So I'm going to put a duration here. So let's say it starts here and goes on till here. So let me shade this part and I'm going to call this the continuous tense. The next one is past perfect. When you're talking about something that happened at a particular point of time in the past, you use past perfect. For example, she had gone to school. Now, the difference between simple past and past perfect is that you use past perfect when you want to refer to something that happened before something else in the past. So I'm going to put a point here because this is simple past. So I can put a point anywhere before this. So let me put it here and call it perfect. Now I said something that happened before something else. So let me tell you an example. She had eaten a bun before she went to school. So let's say this is she went to school. She had eaten a bun here and then she went to school. Now both of these things happened in the past and one after the other. One after the other. Now the next one is past perfect continuous tense. You use this tense when you are talking about something that had been happening for a duration of time in the past. We generally use this tense to talk about something that happened for a period of time before something else in the past. It's just like the past perfect tense. For example, she had been going to school. So now to mark this here, I just need to extend this a little bit. So now it's a duration again, just like the continuous tense. So I can put it anywhere before the continuous tense. So let me mark it from here till here and shade it and call it the past perfect continuous tense. Now let's look at the present tense. First one is simple present. You use simple present when you talk about universal truths or general stuff that don't fall under any particular time period. For example, she goes to school or the sun rises in the east. So as I said, you can't put this on the timeline because it doesn't fall under any of these three tenses. You just call it the present simple or simple present. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to mark this whole timeline like this and call it simple present. The next one is present continuous. The present continuous tense is used when you are talking about something that is happening at the moment. It is going on right now. For example, she is going to school. Now to mark this on the timeline, we need to think a little, because where do you think we are over here in the present? The next second falls under future. So we can say that we are at this point now. So this is the present continuous tense. So this one is the present continuous tense. The next one is present perfect. Now this is used to talk about something that has already happened and is over. It is very similar to the simple past tense, but the main difference here is that you use the present perfect tense when you consider the event that happened to be very recent and therefore in the present tense. For example, she has gone to school. So now you are here right now. You can say that she has gone to school. So you assuming that it is very recent. It is a point of time. Therefore you can put it anywhere in this present tense and call it the present perfect tense. The next one is present perfect continuous. You use this tense when you are talking about something that has been happening from a certain point of time and is still going on now. For example, she has been going to school. So we can say that it is still going on at this point of time now, but it started a while back. So let's mark a point here and say that it started here and it is still going on. So let's shade this whole area and call it the present perfect continuous tense. Present perfect continuous tense. The next one is future tense. Now the first one here is simple future. Simple future is used when you are talking about something that you expect to happen at a point of time in future. For example, she will go to school. Now you are here and you expect that something will happen here or here, anywhere in the future. So I can just mark it like this. I'm going to put a point of time here and call it the simple future tense. Okay. And the next one is future continuous. Okay. Now the future continuous is a tense you use when you want to talk about something that will be going on for a period of time in the future. So it's a duration. For example, she will be going to school. So I can mark a duration here any time in the future. So let me put it from here till here and shade it. So she will be going to school from this point of time till this point of time in the future. So this is the future continuous tense. The next one is future perfect. Now here you imagine that you are at a particular point of time in the future and talk about something that has already been done. For example, she will have gone to school by now tomorrow. So you are actually here, but you imagine that you are somewhere here. Let's take this point. You imagine that you are here and you are talking about something that has already been done but in the future. So let's say you are talking about something that happened here and say she will have gone to school by now tomorrow. So this is now tomorrow and you are talking about something that happened here or here anytime in this gap, in this period of time. So I'm going to mark this as future perfect. And the last one is future perfect continuous tense. Here too, you imagine that you are at a particular point of time in the future and say that something will have been going on at that time. So from a point of time in future to the point of time at which you are imagining yourself to be. For example, you imagine yourself to be at a point of time in future. For example, let's say here. You imagine that you are here in future and you are talking about something that will have been going on from a certain point of time in future and still going on at the point at which you are imagining yourself to be. So I'm going to shade this part and call it the future perfect continuous tense. So here you imagine yourself to be here and you are talking about something that started here anytime before where you are imagining yourself to be, but in the future, and is still going on at where you are imagining yourself to be. So these are the tenses. I hope you like it.